And good evening, ladies and gentlemen who are hanging around in chat and starting to type in what you think. Fright night, yeah, we just decided to go a little different tonight. Culture family, I'm glad you guys are back. Drag for life, yeah. What if a Lambo is not my dream car, huh? Huh? Little Daddy 391, it's great to see you back. In A13J, hi, how you doing? And guys, instead of being serenaded tonight, apparently we've got some dream car mentions going on in the background. So if you guys hear me bust out laughing, that's why. And drag for life, well, okay, a Civic Type R. Okay, ooh, I cannot agree with you there, man. I know too much about what can go wrong with Civics. And Aaron, if we're debating car choices, yeah, I would definitely fall all over a Shelby Cobra. What is it with you guys in Civics? Wow. Scott is saying his dream car is a Pinto. Emery, hopefully you've got a better dream car than that. And since your mic is on, you're being asked that question.
My favorite car is the car that gets me from A to B.
Oh, that was spoken like a tax guy. I mean, that was totally stated like a tax guy.
Actually, what I do want is one of those Tesla Cybertrucks. Have you seen those things? They look like Legos.
And you and you've actually got someone agreeing with you. A13J actually agrees with you on that one, Emery.
I don't know how economical it is though, but it looks like futuristic car, like the how the 80s tried to predict what cars look like. That's what the Cybertruck looks like the
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome back to the live stream edition of the Podcast. This is our applause for you. Thank you for joining us. The Podcast is your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door and talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I am your host, Scott, pragmatic investor who has won and lost fortunes, and joining me, as always, is the greatest producer of all time, Belle. How are we doing tonight, Belle?
I'm having a great day, Scott. How's your day been?
Well, now that I've properly identified that my dream car is either a Pinto or a 76 Pacer, I'm feeling good. It's nice to be dialed in, and it's good to have the dreams. We have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about and bringing the focus onto use case cryptos because, as we know, these are what drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. The status quo is no longer acceptable, and it's time for a technological revolution. Welcome to crypto, and welcome to the Podcast for everybody. So how'd you folks like that thumbnail? Isn't that great? I think it's fantastic. It took me 5 minutes to make, and I get why most of the crypto world goes with those. It's simple. Clickbait by itself has become a meme, but it is so acceptable and so expected that folks tend to click on them out of pure habit and don't give them a second look. The very minute that I wrote that thumbnail, I even thought of the caveat. You can see, man, that thing is absolute crap. AMP went up 35,000%. Is what we're going to say someday. And here's why. Let's look at the charts. That's it, man. I'm ready. I am ready for mainstream crypto. It's just the way of the crypto reporting world. It is. And lots of color, rocket ship, arrows pointing up, and a photo of the host. It's actually a little bit insulting if you think about it. It is the least common denominator approach. Crypto's complex. It is. There is a lot that goes on here and a lot that has to work to make it happen. Dumbing it down for the purpose of clicks or the purpose of garnering investors is insulting. Little bit. If it was my crypto, the great Scott, we've talked about this on the member stream, Emery is in the process of creating the great Scott. That's going to be the official crypto of the podcasts. But I would prefer to have knowledgeable investors who believe in the product and want it to succeed. I don't want speculators who are going to cut and run at the very first wobble. It's bad for visibility, and it's bad for the market as a whole. Just my opinion. Your mileage may vary. But pragmatist, right here, pragmatic investor, and I have to embrace the reality. The reality is that theater sells, and the videos that hype will always get more views than videos that don't. Mine don't. I just hope that mine make you think. That's all I'm going for. That's it. Thought exercises. And the reason that we do this is because deep down, crypto's easy. Or you know what? Or it's as easy as a market can be. There's always risk. But with a bit of pragmatism, a little bit of protecting your money, it's not terribly hard to become profitable. $50 a day. That's it. That is a good number to shoot for. It's lowball. All right, I get it. About 1,000 amp a day if you turn that $50 into amp at the current list price. In a month, it's 30,000 amp. In 6 months, it's just shy of 200,000. And funnily enough, you guys ask me this all the time, so I'll go ahead and say it. In 6 months' time from now, it wouldn't surprise me a bit to see AMP right around the same price that it is today. AMP is a long token. You might have heard me say that from time to time. So if it's a long token, what harm is there in putting your profits into it? If it drops, doesn't drop that much. If it goes up, doesn't go up that much. It's a relatively safe haven for your profits, or as safe as they can be in crypto. And although I absolutely know it, and I was biting my tongue when I was thinking about it today, I know it's not a terribly interesting topic, and certainly not one that should be on YouTube. Tonight's program is fully dedicated to pragmatism and how to grow your AMP free of charge That's what we want, right? We want amp. Most of us here, most of the people here are Empire. Yet, every time I mention buying it with other people's money, I get shunned, I get thumbs down, and I get really nasty emails. And for the life of me, no matter how many ways I try to look at it, I just don't see how profiting on the market, taking what it will give you, and taking those profits for your amp bag is a bad thing. I just don't see it. But I'm going to make a prediction because I like predictions. All right. You guys know I like to go on record for prices and such. My prediction this evening is that we will finish this live stream with less than 20 viewers. Bell, I need you to write that down. Less than 20 when we're done. There is just no passion for this. But I don't want to just talk about it. We can do that all day. I can talk all day. I want to illustrate it. You ask me, what do you do? How do you do? How do we go about this? You know what? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you right now. I made a new wallet, and I funded it with $1,000. That's all I put into it, just $1,000. Now, yours does not have to be $1,000. Doesn't have to be raw numbers. Can be percentages, but I think it makes the point. I make calls on my Discord as soon as I make trades. What I am in, at what price, and when I am out. My goal with these single buys, just for this little experiment, is $50. That's it. If it wants to go higher, that's fine. But $50, if I am watching it, if I'm staring right at it and I see that $50, I'm out. I'm not going to go scrolling back through the channel to find all the trades that I made over the last few days. But I do remember a couple of them. Rally was an easy 5% on day 1. Luna on day 2, 5%. CTX, because that's just the giving tree for me. Luna, again, on day 4. And today we missed on Ren, but we didn't lose on it either. So I ended up picking up the 5. I won't say where, but I ended up picking up the 5 on something that I made a video about today. I'll just leave it right there. Got my 5% out. So for the days that I hit the 50, my total portfolio balance increased by 25%. I understand that's not a lot. But you see, it really is, because it's just about scale. And that was liquid. That was cash in hand. I picked up approximately 5,000 amp-ish, and it didn't cost me a nickel. It cost me nothing. I can't even tell you what the price of the amp was. It doesn't matter. It's not my money. So I am not going to be completely thrifty when I spend it. And I don't care what my average is. And do you know why? Because it's not my money. I don't care. Doesn't matter. AMP is one of those tokens that will inherently DCA if you are making steady purchases in it. And $50 a day are steady purchases. When I make a buy, lots of things go into picking which crypto or cryptos I am going to ping for the day. But rest assured, it gets easier over time. You know what to look for. I make my buy, the whole grand goes in at the price I want, and a stop limit sell goes in right behind it. I am not going to eat losses on these. I'm just not. Or, you know what? I'm not going to eat meaningful losses. So my stop limits are stupidly tight. If it hits, I'm out, and I buy AMP with it. If I miss, and everyone misses, my losses were minimal and easy enough to recover on the next trade. But obviously, be choosy on these purchases. I keep getting emails. What do I do? How do I do it? I am telling you what to do and how to do it. It's not financial advice. I'm telling you what I do. That's it. This is what I do. Now, once you get used to this, I'm sorry. You know, I'd let me caveat that a little bit. I don't do it at $50. All right. This is just for the experiment. I'll leave it there. My buys tend to be a little bit bigger. Now, once you get used to this, and I do strongly advocate for it, once you get used to this, time to start expanding the short-term wallet. And it's easy enough to do this as well. You put half your profits into your long token or tokens of choice, and you keep half of those profits in the short term. This does two things. One, and this one is important, it insulates you from bad calls and tokens that just didn't do what the hell they were supposed to do. And two, it gives you tighter working margins to get that $50 because you have more capital to put into the trades. It's exponential. $1,000 on day one, $1,025 on day two, $1,050 day three, ad infinitum. The other reason you are keeping half of your profits is because the one thing that can never, ever, ever happen, you cannot go bust in your short-term wallet. You cannot let that happen. If you are using stop-loss sells and you're being tight with them, it won't happen. But if for some reason the market crashes very suddenly, as can happen from time to time in crypto, if you've been in here any length of time, you know that when it goes down, it could go quick. But if it happens, your stop loss might not fill. It could drop right past your limit order, just whoosh, gone. Then your money just goes poof. It's out of there. It is the prime reason that my stop losses are so tight. I have no intention of being buried during a crash, and this is a lesson learned from personal experience. You don't want it to happen. It sounds like a lot of work. I get it. But you know what? It's not. It's really not. The folks on the Discord have been filling that 50 in around 20 minutes. Is there anyone on this evening from the Discord? I don't care who. Anybody. How long has it been taking you to fill that $50? Day one when we did it, I think everybody was done in about 15 minutes. That's how quick it can go sometimes. When you do the legwork, when you know what to look for, and when you are aggressive on the trade. It took about 15 minutes. So when I say OPM, when I mention other people's money, this is exactly what I mean and exactly how I get it. Again, my trades tend to be larger, which is specifically why I made the third wallet and staked it with only $1,000. I want to practice what I preach, and I wouldn't want. I cannot ask anyone to do anything with their money that I am not doing with mine. So I am. That is pragmatism. That is taking what the market will give you and not trying to force something to happen. All right, your money, your real money, the life-changing money, the Lambo, is sitting in your long-term wallets, and hopefully it is filled with things like AMP, VeChain, Theta, your level 2s of choice, minus scale. But I'm getting at foundational tokens. These are the long terms that turn you from a pauper to a prince, and you have every tool necessary to grow those tokens free of charge. You just got to commit. You need to decide that enough is enough and take an active role in your investing. Big hits, 300% and 400% overnight. They don't happen that often. In fact, they rarely happen. They are not the rule. They are the insane exception. But 5% per day over 30 days is a double up and a half. And that can happen often. You got to want it. That's it. If you don't know how, stick with the channel. That's it. We're not even asking you for anything. Stick with the channel. You know what? We will show you what we do. Now, it's not financial advice. I have to put that caveat in there. I have to because I'm not a broker. I'm just an old guy who has been through the ringer and would love it if you didn't have to learn the painful lessons I learned. I never lost so much money as I did back in the .com, ever. $1.2-ish million in 3 days. Gone. I couldn't sell it. Nobody wanted it. It was gone. Those are the lessons that I don't want anybody else to have to learn. That's it. All right? So, do we got anybody left? I wouldn't think that we did, but you know what? I wanted to have some fun today, and I never talk about my own personal method. I just don't do it. It's my business. I don't want people trading on what I'm doing. I don't want to be obligated for their money. But I just, Now that I've started the process again and I'm effectively at zeroed out because it was a voluntary $1,000, that's all we're doing. I'm having so much fun again. I'm being so aggressive, chasing that 5%. It is making me dig. It's making me read. It's inspired me again. It really has. Now, we will be getting into a couple of tokens that I'm really, really liking lately. We're going to be getting into those a bit later in the show. We do have Emery, the tax man, at the standby, and he is going to be passing on some words of wisdom from Jimmy Buffett. Is that who it was, Emery?
Yeah, that was definitely Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett? Okay. He's going to be passing on some words of wisdom from the Buffett. And as always, we will be taking any and all questions. So, Belle, are you still awake there? Did I captivate you? Did I inspire you, or did you already know all this?
I already knew all this, but then again, I've been paying attention since March when we even started talking about this.
Yeah.
So,
Like I said, man, I really don't like it. Makes me feel vulnerable. It really does. Something about it just makes me feel exposed when I go talking about what I do. And what I do is not uncommon. It isn't. It's just not flashy. There's no theater here. There is no big there's no 10,000% overnight. There is none of that here. I made my money in crypto by grinding it out. I absolutely grind it out. We do get the occasional big hits. I mean, we talk about them on the channel. We put out the videos. New Cipher, that was a monster. NKN, Orchid, effectively everything that's over here that we've talked about has hit. They've all came in. And I look at Fetch, man, that thing was like a 5X. That was the 500% because I was buying it at a quarter. Polymath, I was buying it, same thing, right around a quarter. I mean, we were just all over these tokens. Ren, I was buying it up at 30 cents. And I've been in and out of Ren so many times, I don't even keep track anymore. If you wanted to see the giving tree, Ren is the giving tree. You start looking at that one, pay attention to it, and track it. You don't have to form your own intrinsic valuation, man. It will do it for you. And you're going to know what this token's worth when the market is in a particular condition. That's how you know. I mean, it's the whole big thing. That's pragmatism. But when you're practicing it and trading it, your risk is very, very low. It is just low. So again, I know it's not boring. It's not glamorous. It's not crypto the way crypto is supposed to be. But I have been steadily profitable for a very, very long time. So whatever method I'm using, I want to say that I've been successful at it. Again, it's not for everybody, but it is for me. So we're going to be going to break shortly. But, Belle, if we have a question or a comment, we got time for one. Do we got anything?
Oh, we do have a few. A13J asked, okay, I have to ask this, but why does Flexa have 3 types of staking pools? Gemini, Spend, and Lightning.
That's a very good question. I'm going to take this one after the break. All right, because this is a good, this is a foundational aspect of AMP, and I want to do it justice. One of the things that I've always said, I make videos about it, I talk about it all the time, is that the true value for AMP, the way that I see it, my opinion, just my opinion, but the true value for AMP is not what it's doing. The true value is what it can do. And we're going to get into that just a little bit after the break, and that, I think, will answer the question. So if you guys could please indulge me. We are on, we have a very dark special apple juice tonight. I'd like to have a sip and make sure it's still fresh. So if you guys can give us 60 seconds and...
We'll be right back.
All right, thank you. Yes, I understand I have rosy cheeks. I'm going to let you guys in on a secret. I didn't want to, but I use my lighting is not the best down here, and I tend to use something to keep the shine off my cheeks. So, but I was working late. I just got out of the shower, and I didn't have the time to put it on. So you're gonna, you know what? Okay, you embarrass me now. So stand by just 1 second. Let me fix that shine up for you. There you go. We'll go. It didn't help at all, did it? I was gonna go with the Hufflepuff, man. We're gonna have to deal with it, I guess. Yeah. There's something that people, when they get on camera, that they tend to put on their cheeks to keep the shine down, and I tend to use that. And it's a little bit embarrassing that it's my cheeks and not my bald head. But all right, I want to get back to that question for just briefly. Well, not briefly, the way I do it. So. The reason that they have 3 staking pools is because these are 3 separate entities that are built on AMP. Now, I've done chains of videos, strings of videos, man. It's my older stuff. Nobody really watches them anymore. But where I broke down and explained all of these, all right? AMP by itself is a single entity, all right? And it will function with effectively any kind of processing system, anything that needs to be collateralized. AMP can collateralize it if it is built on the AMP network, just like that. So Spend is not Gemini, is not Lightning. All right, these are individual entities that are all built on the AMP network. All right, that's how it works. So staking now is going to be controlled by the network itself, so based on demand. So because there is effectively no demand for which one is the lowest? Is it Gemini right now? I don't even look at it anymore because I don't stake anymore. What's the low one? Somebody look it up and tell me, but I think it's Gemini. I think Gemini is the low one. The staking percentages on there are going to be based on the demand of this entity that's built on the network. And there is effectively no demand for the Gemini, and I don't even think Spend's up there very much. I don't know what Lightning is now, 3-4%, something like that. Either way, I mean, they're all insultingly low. But these are different entities that are built on AMP. That's why it works. That's why they have separate staking pools. And when the next entity that builds on AMP, which personally I hope is something that processes fiat, when that builds on AMP, that will be yet another staking pool. You get to pick, all right? You back the product that you like. This is what's unique about AMP, and this is what I really like about AMP. See, I can root on the product that I like the most, the one that I like that's built up. If I was still staking, I would probably have it all in Lightning right now because Lightning, I think, has the best chance to be integrated into other countries. Panama, Ukraine, Colombia, I mean, Bogota. There are a lot of people that are talking about it. When old Vladimir was given his interview and saw that stated that he saw the value in digital assets, it certainly made my ears perk up. I didn't do a video on it. There was no point. I've pretty well talked AMP to death. I will do it over and over and over on the live stream because I'm allowed to chase my thoughts, but I can't do it on the videos. On the videos, I have to stay within the 8 to 9 to 10 minute window, and I'm not allowed to follow my thoughts off, or it'll get disjointed real quick. But I can do that here because, hey, it's my show. So if I would have my money in Lightning, and it's just for that reason. The next entity that builds up on AMP, and there will be other entities, because, again, I see the value in AMP, not in what it's doing, because I don't believe in crypto payments. I just don't. All right? I understand thumbs down. Scott's a tard. He doesn't understand it. I get all that. But I don't think I'm wrong. So I'm not trying to change your mind. I am giving you my opinion. That's all I do here. I am not here to inspire anybody. I just give you my opinion. You get some takeaways or you don't. But I do not think that crypto spends are the way. I just don't. Culture's not ready for it. Planet's not ready for it. Whether it be national, international, doesn't matter. They're not ready for it. There is not enough hunger for it to grow the network. And that's really all it comes down to for me. I don't think it's there. 5 years, 10 years, maybe. But right now, absolutely not. I don't think it's there, and you know what? I don't even have to speculate, all right? The fact that Flexa is still paying the staking percentages tells me flat out that there is not enough volume to maintain the network. So it's not speculation on my part at all. It is an absolute truth. And again, I just do not see the aggression that it would take to get people into doing this. I don't see it. Now, remittances, I see that. You know, I think the single best use case for AMP right now that would absolutely just shatter the world. I mean, right down the middle is if Western Union decided, you know what, we're going to build on AMP. We missed the remittances, and we'd rather have a piece of it than none of it. So I think that would be the absolute single best build onto AMP right now out of anything is just Western Union. Do it for remittances. Boom. You've solved a problem, and you have profited on it, and everybody made money. I don't see a downside in that. But I'm sorry, I babbled on. I did chase the lights, but I hope that answers the question, sir. So, Emery, are you ready, man? You feeling it? You got something that you want to say? Again, man, we are sticking towards pragmatism tonight. We are talking about the way that the world is. We are dealing with reality. We are dealing with fundamentals. We are dealing with the things that seem to be just getting swept under the rug every single time Coinbase releases 3 new products. I mean, their objectivity, their rationality just goes right out the window, and they pile into some dumbass token like the one like the ACH clone that they released today. I don't know if anybody watched the video. I read the white paper. I had to, because I'm not going to report on something unless I'm familiar with it. It's an online version of ACH, man. That's all it is. I'll tell you what, prove me wrong. Show me the big differences between these 2 tokens. All right, Emery, what do you got? Oh, hang on, man. I haven't turned on your camera. Let me turn that on for you. Oh, look, it's the Sith Lord. Give it up for the Sith Lord, everybody. That's right. Give it up for Emery. All right, man, look, what do you got to talk about here? Come on, my socks are on. Let's just knock them off.
All right. So I came up with 5 things that I think everyone should keep in mind when they're investing in crypto, and really any other investments. This isn't totally tied to crypto. Any kind of investing you're doing, these are good tips. And I want to start with the first one, and directly from Warren Buffett himself. He said to invest in companies, not stocks. And I think that's a great idea. And what that translates to the crypto world is know what you're buying before you buy it. If you don't know what the crypto does, if you haven't read the white paper, if you have no idea about what it is, don't buy it. It's just not a good idea. If you don't know what you're in to buy, and this is the first thing I do before I invest in a crypto, I read the white paper. I click on all the links on the first page of Google and the second page of Google. You have to know what you're buying. Don't invest in something you're unfamiliar with. That's the way to disaster.
Can I caveat on that just for a second, Emery? I'm not stepping on your time, babe. You have all the time you want. How many times have we said this on this program right here? Know what you're buying. Invest in a product. Don't invest in a crypto. We strongly make the case. If you ever go look at my portfolio, and you know what, someday I might show it to you guys. You know what, when I'm done with YouTube, I will show you my entire portfolio. But everything in there, the bulk of every product in there is a legacy-facing product. And there's a reason for that, because you have to go where the money is. And the money is outside of crypto. So why do I love Orchid so much? Because it is a legacy world-facing solution to a problem. It is a fantastic product. Every video I've made on that has just been to try to get you to use Orchid VPN because it's fantastic. Is anybody in the audience use Orchid VPN? If you don't, please give it a try. It's on the App Store. You can try it for a month for $1 because I invest in the product. I love that. Emery, please, I'm sorry to take your time, man. Carry on.
No, it's cool. And this is a conversation, and I think it's great to have your comments on this too. The second one is that I think it's a little hard to gulp down at first, but it's definitely true. Price is independent of performance when it comes to any crypto or investment you buy. It can definitely, you can definitely have emotions about that and how you feel about a certain crypto and why it's not going up or down. But price is not an indication of a crypto's performance, and it's also true the other way around. Performance is not an indication of price.
And I couldn't agree with that anymore. I mean, I absolutely not. But again, pragmatist, man. I am not emotional about it. There's a reason that the bulk of my money is in AMP. All right, the performance and potential. The price of AMP is not indicative of the performance and the potential of AMP. All right, it is just early. But I've never slammed the token itself. I think it's perfect. I think the network is perfect. I might go after Flexa from time to time. I know, because you guys have goes at me, man. The emails are coming, comments are coming, Scott's an ass, thumbs down, all that other good stuff. But it's not, I'm not going after the token itself, man, because I think the token is just right. But no, it's perfect, man. That is absolutely perfect. But you know what? Warren Buffett, what does he know? Emery, what else you got, man? Carry it on.
Number 3 kind of ties into number 2. You have to be unemotional when it comes to the markets. You can like a crypto with all your heart, soul, and mind, but just because you like it doesn't mean it's doing well. And the other way around, just because you don't like something doesn't mean it won't do well. You have to be unemotional about this, and you also have to be amnesiac about this. You know what I mean by that, Scott?
Do I know what you mean by that? Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see. Do I know what you mean by that? Is that clear? Are you familiar with this? Yes.
Absolutely.
Needless to say, Emery, yes, I believe it and I live it. I don't think I could illustrate that any better, than that, man. Please carry on, sir. That's a good one.
Fourth one is a pretty common one, but it shouldn't be ignored, is diversify. Don't put all of your eggs in one basket. Go through different companies, look at various types of products. This helps you make sure to hedge your bets, because let's just say, your favorite type of crypto, maybe it's something tech-based, like performance on like hard drive, improving hard drive performance. If that industry takes a dump, then so does all of your crypto. And the same way in any kind of investment, stocks or what have you, don't invest in one type. Make sure to diversify, because if that particular industry takes a dump, then your whole wallet's gone.
And I like to think that we make that point. Again, we don't hit it hard during the videos. Videos are not the live stream. The live stream is where we get to give out our big truths. I cannot make a video saying diversify, because nobody's going to watch it. They understand, whether they get it or not. But there's kind of two tribes in crypto. There are two big camps. One of them is the tribalists. All right, the tribalists are a camp. They are not going to diversify. They don't care. There's rules. Yours sucks. If you're not investing in what they invest in, you are absolutely wrong. You're going to go down, blah, blah, blah. AMP gets slammed all the time. It's probably gotten slammed on this stream. I'm not looking at the comments. Bell looks at the comments, but I'm pretty sure there's probably been negativity on it. It's negative because they have something that they like better. Doesn't mean that AMP is bad. Just means that they like theirs better. And it's this type of mentality that tends to lock people into a single position. It puts blinders on, gives them tunnel vision, and they miss really good opportunities. I strongly suggest you diversify. I don't think that's the first time that I've said that. I strongly suggest that you diversify and that you move your money everywhere. If you are doing nothing but putting money into exchanges, when volume is low, your money is low across the board. Doesn't matter. You have got to put them into products. You put them into exchanges. You can put them anywhere. Different things, even in the crypto world. All crypto is not the same. So you might put some on exchange. You might put some up here. You might put some into Fetch and Polymath. These are radically different tokens. You can move your money around so that if one takes a hit, you don't go bust. Tribalists, it happens all the time. They have all their eggs in that one basket, and then that one basket takes a dump. What are you going to rebuild with, ass? You just lost everything. How are you going to salvage this? I don't think I can make that point any better. And it's happened 3 times this year. 3 times. And people are shocked every single time. I went through the bus, but again, I have stop losses. Mine are real short, all right? I'm not going to give it away. When the market hemorrhages, when it dumps, and it goes down 30, 40%, I am celebrating it. because I have liquidity and I'm going to buy back everything plus 40%. I don't wish anybody ill. I don't want anybody to lose money. Absolutely not. It's not what this is about. But if you are going to give me an opportunity to get back my stack plus 40% free of charge, how can I not root for that? I mean, again, I want everyone to do well, and I would love it if you do. I just love my money more. So, yeah, diversify, move it around, protect yourself, insulate yourself. You are in crypto, and it moves fast both up and down. If you haven't been busted yet, if you haven't had the rope around your neck yet, wait, because it'll happen. I'm sorry, Emery, man, you hit a hot button for me. Please carry on, sir. Did Warren Buffett really say that? Is that his school of thought?
I don't think so, but
it's just good idea. All right, man, carry on. Come on, dude, dazzle me.
The very last one is you have to realize that sooner or later the tax man will cometh. Tax is the price of doing business in crypto and in any kind of investing. Plan for it. And the number one thing that I see people do that's a terrible mistake is that they spend more money trying to avoid the tax than how much the tax would actually be. So plan for it. It's not bad if you plan for it. If you don't plan, then it's terrible. If you fail to plan for it, then you're planning to fail. It's not something you want to dive into. So figure out what your tax might be at the end of the year and just set it aside.
So
on cheap tricks or silly games that investors play to say you can avoid this tax. No, you can't. Set it aside for it.
I watch all those videos, dude. I watch every single one. Do you want to pay zero taxes? You just have to do this. I don't send them to you because I know what you're going to do. You're going to shake, you're going to tilt your head, and then your robot brain is just going to overload and explode, and I don't want to be responsible for that. But I do have one question, man. You're going to law school, right? You're going to get you're going to become Esquire. Is that correct?
That's the plan.
Okay, because I will personally finance that on your behalf because I don't want to talk to the tax man anymore, dude. I want to talk to the tax man that's a lawyer so that I have client privilege. All right, right now, just so you know, Emery's not a lawyer, all right? And he's, again, a licensed guy. So everything he's going to say is going to be on the straight up, on the up and up, and all that other good stuff. I would strongly, strongly recommend you follow his advice. But I want to get to a position in our relationship where I can tell you, Emery, and you can tell me the things that we don't tell each other. I want to get there. All right. I am eager to get there, and I will personally finance it so that we can get to this type of relationship. Dude, I've had a great week. All right. I mean, it has been hit after hit after hit, rolling. And I cash out, all right? I realize profits. We've had this discussion. So I want to get to the point in our relationship where you don't have to tell me, give to the point of night sweats. I want to get to the point where you can say, no, here's what we do. I want to get there. So it is in my interest to make sure you get that degree. If you need a tutor, talk to me, all right? We can make this happen. Just, you're like my, what is that? You're going to be like my consigliere after that. After that, man, and I'm willing to pay for it. All right, Emery, you got anything else, man, or are we going to go to questions here? Bell.
Yeah, those are my 5 tips there.
All right, man. Good tips, solid tips. Again, I'm a big fan of all of them, man. Pragmatism, it's a way of life for me. All right, Bell, do we have any questions, or should I go to break and then we take questions after the break?
We've got a few questions, and then we've also got a comment that was directed at Emery.
All right, do the comment, and then we're going to go to break, and we'll come back and finish with questions.
Hold the door says tax man is evil.
That's your life, dude. How do you do that every day, man? You go in and everybody who's sitting in front of you hates you. I mean, how do you do that?
Learn to enjoy it. You have to be able to get some kind of pleasure from it.
Is that what you do? Do you like reach out and you wipe their tears off and you? No, I don't even need lunch now, man. I'm dining on it. Can you keep it going? Or are you going to lose the house too? You're gonna lose. Oh, that's right. Come on, keep it up. I didn't bring a lunch, so yeah, he's gonna dine on that. All right, guys, if you could please give me 60 seconds, not for the apple juice, because I want to hit my little e-cigarette. So if you could please give us 60 seconds, and
We'll be right back.
finishing up with questions. Thank you. Oh, Emery, boy, you got those glasses on, man. Now your eyes are just like completely gone. You got to lose the glasses. There we go, babe. All right, Belle. Questions, comments, concerns, and observations. Let us have it. Take it away, man.
All right. So the first question comes via Super Chat from Benjamin. Scott, what is your favorite car?
Oh, you know, it's embarrassing. I don't want to say it. You know what? You gave me
You
gave
can
me
ask
five.
via Super Chat.
Yeah,
so-
you gave me $5. I'll answer. A 1990 IROC Z convertible. Now, I could go out right now. I could put it on the credit card. It's not a problem. They're not that expensive. But when I was a young Scott, before I was the great Scott, when I was just the young Scott, I was in boot camp at Quarry Station, Pensacola, Florida. And I had roommates who were identical twins. 2 identical twins were my roommates. And, you know, I always thought identical twins are identical. And until you're rooming with them, and then you realize they're not identical. There are always subtle differences. But these guys were both E2s, but they had 2 paychecks because they were one mind. And they went off base and they bought an IROC Z convertible. And I don't remember, the payment was like stupidly high, even back in 1990. But they were cruising around, and they were like a young Winklevosses. I mean, both these guys were like 6'4", 240 pounds, good shape, you know, young, great hair. So you got 2 identical little Ken dolls driving around in an IROC Z, and every now and again they would let me come. So because of that, I want an IROC Z so I can relive my life when I was 17. That's my dream car. But I just can't justify it, man. I can't go that far. If it's not for that, I would say a 1970 Olds Cutlass. I'm a big fan of American muscle. All right, Belle, please carry on.
And Holdadora just chimed in with another Super Chat saying, informative live stream. Thank you very much. We appreciate that.
I
Next
appreciate.
question-
Oh, you're not going to let me. You know, I cannot thank you enough for it, sir. This is why we do it. I understand that we're off the beaten path as far as crypto reporting, but this is how I made my money. All right, there is no big secret. There is no magic spell. It's a grind. You learn it, you do it, and you can make your money safely. All right, that's what I'm getting at there. Please carry on, Belle.
Next question coming in from Rosa. Hello, Podocrew. I'm curious about Fetch. They are partnered up with BMW and Bosch. When do you think smart cities are going to be a thing, and when should we expect some potential gains?
Well, you know, they're already rolling this out it's already starting to take off in Germany. And if you go reading some of their developer blogs, the little parking thing that they got set up for that, I know it's stupid. It's just parking. In the U.S., we have a lot of open space. In Germany, they do not. So parking is kind of an issue, stuff like that. So it seems like it would be a stupid little fix. It's something that anybody can do. But it turns out not anybody can, but Fetch can do it. Smart grids. Energy, because I'm sorry, but I could go on, and I'm not going to jump on the Fetch thing, but trust me, I am well on the Fetch bandwagon. It's going to be like, it's similar to AMP, man. It's going to take time. It's going to take implementation. One of the things, though, is it's going to take necessity. And as we continue to crunch resource, all the other good stuff that we're doing here, fetch is going to become more and more necessary. They have a lot of patents, all right, and multiple agents. That's the thing that Fetch is doing that other people are not doing, is that not only do they have AI agents, but they have AI agents, multiple, that are working together. Nobody's done that yet. Nobody. So we're not too far away from Skynet with these guys. And I just want the Fetch overlords, to know I was on your side, all right? Before you became the ruthless, must kill all humans, I was your guy. So if you need someone to sell out the human race, right here. Bell, carry on, please.
All right. So Thomas G, what do you use to trade?
I'm sorry. What do I?
What do you use to trade?
I use all methods, man. I'm primarily Dex based, because I want to have enough insulation that I don't have to tell Emery everything. That's what I'm getting at. And what happens on the decks stays on the decks. So I'm just going to kind of leave it there. I do some exchange trading, but it's more of a lark. I'm actually doing the $50 challenge, the $50 a day that I'm doing now. I'm doing it purely on Coinbase and Gemini. I'm staying right there. I want every bit of it tracked, so that when I'm done with it, I can give all of those numbers, the 1099s, everything to Emery, and show him that and say, so that we can run the numbers both ways. I want to do a video on this. This is what we did doing it on the straight up and up. Everybody knows this was what we made. This was our tax burden. And I'm going to have him run it the other way. What would have happened if I took no action whatsoever? I think those are informative videos. And that is, I think it makes a strong point for aggressive trading, what we're doing, and, of course, pragmatism. So there you go. Hope that answered the question. Bell, carry on.
Money Ev, how do you feel about Amazon and Flexa?
I'm going to fall back on something on this one. I hate to do it, man. Look, I don't go to the Reddit a lot anymore, man. That place has gotten sour. Bell, do you ever go over to the Reddit? Do you ever go over to the AMP Reddit? It is.
Yeah, I haven't been for quite a while because it has gotten sour.
It used to be a place of hope and optimism, man. Now it's not. It's a little bit dour. I understand that a lot of people are holding out hope. They keep throwing out back the NCR. They're throwing up the partnerships. They're throwing up this and that. And I'm happy to report on them. But, again, I do not see this as the slam dunk that the rest of the empire and apparently the rest of the world sees it at. I just don't. Page 9 of the AMP white paper is a very, very important page to read. States very explicitly, AMP's value is based on usage. AMP's value is based on usage. AMP's value is based on usage. They wrote it down. There's a reason that you write something like that down. Don't push the big red button. The whole thing will explode. You want to write that down. So if it's important, you're going to put it down on paper. I believe that to be important, and I believe it to be absolutely 100% accurate. AMP's value is based on usage. I understand. Here's my belief, and I'm not going to do this video, but I really should. Here's my belief. We could partner with everybody. We could be the number one, the only, the first, the best, the last crypto processor. Nobody else can do it but AMP, period. And as it sits right now, that means you take ACH out, you take out Cody, you take out XRP, you take all these people out, and you just let it be AMP. And I still don't believe, based on what we have right now, that it would be enough to sustain and grow the network. I don't think the action's there. It's just not there. And even if we partnered with Amazon, it's still going to come back to the fundamental imbalance of people willingness to spend crypto. I think it's pretty clear, based on what we've seen on the last 2 days, ever since Bitcoin ETFs were announced, and Bitcoin ran up to new all-time highs, that people have no intention of spending their crypto. They see it as an investment. They see it as a store of wealth. And aside from the occasional hold my beer, watch this, people are not going to jump on it. Now, I understand it's not a popular opinion. There's a reason that I don't do this video, all right? I'm just not going to. But I believe I'm 100% correct, and yet I'm still in AMP. So, Scott, how can that be? Well, one, I believe it to be long. But two, I have never believed that processing crypto payments was the end game. I've never believed that. From the time I read that white paper, from the very first time I read that white paper, from the time I made my first investment in AMP in December. All right, I am a sub-penny buyer, guys. I've been in this thing the whole way. As soon as I read that white paper, I said, this has got fiat written all over it. This has got this has got real estate written all over it. This has got insurance written all over it. This has got everything, escrow accounts written all over it. Do you know how big the escrow market is? AMP could disrupt that, flip it right on its head. Bang, done, just like that. That's where I see the value. And I don't invest in a token primarily for what it's doing. I invest long-term for what it can do. And these are all the things that AMP can do. It does not get enough press. People don't want to hear it. They want to hear 30,000% to the moon. This is what's going to happen, and this is why it's going to happen. That's what they want to hear. They don't want to hear the long-term stuff. We come here and we give you the long-term stuff. This is why I invest in this. This is why it's my biggest holding. This is why it's not going to change my life. All right? I've already changed my life. I don't have to work. I do it because I want to change my kids' life, my grandkids and my great-grandkids. AMP, Flexa is how I do that. But I'm not doing it with crypto spends. Not at this time. I know it's I almost swore. I know it's a bad answer. I know you guys don't want to hear it. That's my truth, though, and I promised that I would only say it. Belle, please carry on.
All right, Ben Wiki via Super Chant. Besides AMP bag, what is your biggest bag and why?
Polymesh, polymath, because it's going to be polymesh. Again, I don't invest in products based on what they're doing, even though I think polymath was a fantastic token. I invest based on what they can do. And as soon as polymesh came out and announced, I liquidated a lot of my other, I won't say which ones, but I liquidated another one of my long holds and I put it into poly. I love being on the ground floor, and I love being in foundational tokens. Polymath, when it becomes polymesh, is going to 100% be a foundational token. And I know that there's been some BS around there. They're tweetering. They're going on their little Twitter and absolutely stomping on any kind of professionalism that I might have expected out of it. But you know what? I'll forgive it because I understand where they're going with this. And when you combine, think about this, guys. Think about this. It's already set up to do securities. Grayscale just made the application for a future at spot prices. That is directly purchasing Bitcoin. All right? Spot, not futures. But they're going to need something to process it. They're going to have some trouble with this. Oh, my goodness. Look, Polymesh, mainnet. We could build right there. Surely somebody else sees this but me. Belle, please carry on.
All right, next question from Lawan Miller. What do you think about Satama?
No, I'm not familiar with it. I'm sorry. There's about 10 or 12,000 different cryptos. I'm not familiar with all of them. Emery, you got any insight on this one?
I have no idea what that one is.
No? Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I would love to answer your question. Belle, please write it down. Join us on the next live stream or the member stream on Saturday, and I will promise you I'll give you my answer. You might not like it, but I promise you that I'll give you my truth. That's the best I can do. Belle, please carry on.
Kakashi Hataki, what do you think of helium mining?
Well, look, I'm a big fan of mining. I don't have any myself. It's just a matter of I don't want to deal with the tech. All right, I don't want to deal with the tech. But anything that you could flat out plug in, set up, run, if you have that kind of technical expertise to make it go, I'm a fan of any mining. It doesn't even matter. Hell, you know what? When I go to sleep at night, I set my Edge node running on my personal computer for Theta, so I can collect Theta fuel while I'm sitting here doing nothing. If I'm not using the computer, it might as well earn for me. So yeah, I'm a big fan of mining. Helium's good. I'm just going to leave it right there. I won't expand on it a whole lot. It's going to get technical, and that's not really the point of the show. But please come back and join us, and I promise I can expand on that one. Take it away, Belle.
Eiler Method Sports Therapy. Why don't you stake, Scott?
Wow, man. You called me out on that. Did I say I don't stake? I don't remember. Bell, I was on a rage. Did I say that?
Yeah,
No,
you did.
I didn't
said
say
you-
that. I
you
would
said
never
you
say
no
that.
longer
Did I?
stake damn.
The percentages are insulting to me. That's it. That's the only reason, man. Look, I know what you don't have to correct me. What makes the network work? All right, I know what the network. I know what it takes to make the network work. I have millions upon millions of amp. I know how the network works. It's not because I want to give away that 2%. It's because it's insulting. All right, it is absolutely insulting. I absolutely love AMP. I love everything that they're doing with it. I think it's fantastic. I have strong disagreements with what Flexa is doing, and mainly because the lack of communication I feel is insulting. All right, it's not that they have a little bit of my money. They have a lot of it. All right, and I don't think that it is asking too much for you to set up a dev blog. How long does it take? All right, I have a blog. Bell has a blog. Emery has a blog. And if you ever had trouble sleeping, go read Emery's blog. Nothing but love for him, but man, that's tax related. I don't even understand it. But I'm saying is, how long does it take to set it up and have an open line of communication with your investors? We are your investors. I get it. Most of the AMP is held in 3 wallets. You don't really need us. But someday you will. And the people that you piss off now will not come back. The people that are following the podcast method, that's not even a method at all, it's just simple pragmatism, are going to be building their bags day after day after day. And they're not going to stake because 2% is insulting. Show me anywhere in the crypto sphere. Show me a lower percentage. Anybody. I throw down the gauntlet. Show me a lower staking percentage than what you're getting out of AMP. You show me that, and we'll have that conversation. Bell, please carry on.
Elijah, thoughts on quant long term?
Quant, it's not something that I'm in, but it's no slight against quant. It's just that I'm into a lot of tokens. That's really where it is. And because I'm not into it, because I don't personally have money in it, I'm not going to give you my opinion on it, man. That's a lot of ego, and I don't have that much ego, so I apologize. If I was in it, I'd certainly give you my opinion. I'll put it down that, let me just say this, quant is solid. It's just not something that I've gotten into yet. Bell, please, Gary, how many questions do we got? We got one or...
We've got 5 left.
Okay, do them quick. We're going to do them lightning round.
All right, KSR 49. What coins tokens don't you scalp?
I don't scalp AMP. I don't scalp any of my long terms. So AMP, VChain, Scale, I don't scalp any of those. That's it. I just don't scalp my long terms. If it looks like it's a long-term token, I'm probably in it. And if I am, I don't scalp. I scalp the hell out of my shorts. Please carry on, Bill.
All right, Marcos Garcia. Hey, Scott, what do you think of on H-Bar? You guys might have already spoke about it. I'm late to the party.
Marcos, man, you keep coming back to me with the H-Bar thing. I'll tell you what, babe, just for you, because I happen to be in H-Bar, I will do a video on H-Bar. I will give you my full opinion on that. We're doing it lightning round. I can't do it justice. Bell, please carry on.
Luis Alvarado, what branch of the service?
Navy. Go Navy, all Navy. Oh, and this tattoo right here, you can't see it real well. I got that when I was 19 years old in Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. Pearl Harbor. So if any Navy guys been to Pearl, you probably know where I got this tattoo. Bell, please carry on.
A13J, I have not heard anything on Gemini MasterCard. Will Flexa Gemini Pool be backing the credit card?
No. It's I know what you're asking on that one, and no. You know what? It's going to be a blanket dollar grab. Gemini will pay you in crypto. There's nothing special there. Bell, please carry on. Last one.
Last one, Ramled. Is Polly worth throwing a couple Ks in right now?
I have mine in. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your money, babe. I'm just not going to do it, man. I don't have that kind of ego. I tell you that I am heavy into polymath. I'll leave it there. All right? Do your research. Do your own diligence. Take a look and see if you see what I'm seeing. There's a lot of strong opinions on this, man. There really are. People love it and people hate it. And anytime that something's getting that kind of discussion, makes me dig and dig deeper and harder, and I want to see what they're seeing that I'm not. All right, that's important. That's very important when it comes to pragmatism. I'm not seeing, apparently, whatever the hate is. I'm not seeing what they're seeing, man. I am seeing something that's going to absolutely revolutionize with the legacy money that's going to be pouring in. And I hate futures, by the way. I hate futures, and I don't like securities either. Hate them. But I recognize pragmatically that these are the way the world works. So if there's a chance for me to profit on them, I'm going to profit on them. Polymath all the way. I'm going to leave it there. All right, Bell, we got anything else, or did we get through them?
We got through them.
Victory! All right, Emery, you get 30 seconds, man. Closing words.
Yeah, I actually took a quick look at Saitama.
All right, go. You have 30 seconds.
It's so new. It's hard to value those things. It's not even 6 months old yet. It's a type of pay rail. It's less worth than 1/100th of a penny right now. So I'm not quite sure what to think about it. It's got to have at least 6 months under its belt before it kind of gained any kind of traction.
So it's a pay rail.
Yeah.
All right, Bell, write that down, please. I'll dig into it. All right. We are up. We are out. Ladies and gentlemen, we haven't had this many people on our live stream in a while, man, and I am absolutely stunned that you guys made it through the pragmatism part. I understand it wasn't all pragmatic, that you actually got a few of our trading methods. I don't say secrets. You notice how I don't say secrets? If I said secrets and made a video about it, you would click. So we'd get more clicks. But it's not really, there's no real secret here, man. There's just a method. It's a grind. Yeah. So you heard how we do it. I can't thank you enough for sticking with us, man. I appreciate it. I had a real bad time on YouTube today, man. Neither of the videos did real well. And every time that happens, it crushes me a little bit. All right, it makes me think, what am I doing wrong here, man? What am I doing wrong? YouTube is just, it's a hobby for us, but we do love to get together with everybody, man. We are doing our absolute damnedest to build a community. If you guys are not on the Discord, I recommend that you jump on the Discord, man. There is so much good information that is passed around that Discord. Emery is very, very active on it. You literally have a direct line to a tax professional. I just don't see the downside to something like that. Bell, if you could link an invite, send it to the Discord. Guys, please do join us. Again, we don't get anything from it, man, and we're just trying to build up a nice community. Yeah, that's all I got, man. I appreciate you guys joining us. We will be having a member stream this Saturday. Bell and Emery will not be on there, so you're going to see Scott unhinged, unchained, and all alone. So if I want to chase the lights, I'm absolutely going to chase the lights. And if you want to see my real truth, watch me chase those lights for about 8 minutes, man. It's hilarious. So with that, ladies, gentlemen, Bell is going to talk us up, talk us out. I'm going on mute. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Bell, take it away.
And ladies and gentlemen, thanks for all of you who joined us on tonight's live stream edition of the podcast. Scott will be on his own on Saturday. So please, definitely, if you are one of our members, show up and lend your support to him. He needs to get out a little more and talk to you guys. Now, with that being said, we will definitely be back. And we're going to be back on Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's also what time Scott's going to be on YouTube on his own, unsupervised, which is really a scary thought. Again, we thank each and every one of you for being here and joining us, and we will see you all next time.
We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and parlor at for all content.